Guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing another movie review for you all. This movie is a horror film from France, English language, released in the year 2013, directed by Raphael Jakowski, and this film is called Sergei Prakov. So Sergei Prakov is about a man named Sergei. He is from an Eastern European country and he's making a travel documentary about the European dream. Going to Paris, France, and he's going to showcase to other people from Eastern European countries that you can live the life you've always wanted in Paris. So when he gets there, he's going to showcase everything that's beautiful, but unfortunately fantasy doesn't meet reality and things go against him. And so the more it goes against him, the more it has a devastating effect on him psychologically, which threatens to push him past the point of no return. So whether or not it does is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going with my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Sergei Prakov. I was actually fairly excited coming into this film. Now this is a movie that's 10 years old, so it's not a new film, but it's a new experience for me, which is surprising to say because I love French horror and I love found footage. Every now and then a film will go under my radar, and Sergei Prakov was one of them. So I had a lot of excitement based on the fact that this movie does have a small following. The people that have actually seen it actually really liked it, and that's said to be a very extreme film, and so that's definitely something that is up my alley, and that's the reason why I really wanted to check it out. So I wanted to check it out as soon as possible. I didn't want to leave this on the list too long. So the curiosity was there, and after watching Sergei Prakov, I can understand the people liking it for the extremity, but unfortunately for me, I wanted more from it. And that's the reason why I felt as though this was bitterly disappointing, because if the movie had more self-awareness through the majority, it actually would have made the last act even better. Now, the last act is some of the most depraved, evil stuff that you will see. It's done very smartly. It's not overly visualizing the horrible events, and so it's actually forcing you to create that monster inside your head. And so I thought that was really well done. It could have gone all out, August Underground, showing you excessive gore and violence, but if it does that, you get a sense of being desensitized to it, whereas Sergei Prakov doesn't do it enough to actually make you desensitized, so the shocking aspect is always there. This is a film that is willing to push the boundaries of decency. It's willing to show you the ugliness of humanity, and it's breaking taboo subjects. These are subjects that would not be touched by mainstream Hollywood. And so if you want a breath of fresh air in a director who's going to show enough balls to actually upset an audience, and the sole purpose is to offend an audience, then this is a movie for you. But unfortunately, that last quarter was not complemented by the rest of the film. I thought the rest of the film was a caricature of an Eastern European, much in the same as Sacha Baron Cohen's Borat. But Borat was a straight-out comedy. It wasn't supposed to be taken seriously, whereas I thought Sergei Prakov was a character that was supposed to be in a comedy but found himself in the wrong film. And so it's a bumbling idiot. He's got an exaggerated accent. He's got exaggerated mannerisms that gave me the impression it was a Borat character. So I never gravitated to him on a humane experience. I never felt sorry for him. When he's having these horrible things happen to him, I thought I'm supposed to really relate to this guy, but because he's so exaggerated and he's so almost like he's making fun of Eastern Europeans, I never felt as though I could connect to him. I felt as though he was a character in a different film. And so the whole movie is about him going around Paris. He's meeting these people. These interactions are very, very uninteresting. I thought the characters in this film that come into it just don't really prove anything. They don't really add anything to make it an interesting experience. I never felt as though the progression from normal person to insane person was there, because, as I said, I couldn't really connect to him. And so the whole film has that caricature Borat style that just doesn't fit in the film that it wants to be. And so extreme for the sake of being extreme is definitely what Sergei Prakov does. The movie does hit you very hard as far as shocking you, but it doesn't scare you, because this main character, you're supposed to actually get the impression he was once normal, but because of all the bad luck, he's now an evil person. But I never really felt that progression. I never felt that relatability. Therefore, it's just shocking you for the sake of shocking you. Yes, the last act is shocking, but it's very lazy ways of shocking an audience. It's not scaring an audience. And I thought as though if this character was a lot more respectful and was actually played out a lot more realistically, it could have made this, basically think to yourself, this could have been you. That all this bad luck does have a wearing effect, and it can have a devastating effect, but because the movie is not taking this main character seriously enough, I just don't feel as though the last act worked as well as it really could have. And so that last act is worth watching, but unfortunately it's getting to that last act that's definitely the chore. I thought it was an incredibly boring experience, and it's an experience that I wouldn't recommend to anyone out there. So I know this movie does have a lot of love from the people that have actually seen it, so feel free to criticize my views. But for me, just having that Borat style of character and then supposed to be fearing this guy, I just never really believed it. So if you like extreme horror films, I would say the last act of this movie is going to please you, but unfortunately it's getting to that last act that is the film's main problem. So overall, for Sergei Prakov, I'm only going to give this film 1 star. Bitterly disappointed. Don't go out and see it. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies and I'll see you later.